Hi, my name is Farah Chen. I'm here today at the CSPC 2018. Here joining me today is María Cortés Puch. She is the head of the National and Regional Networks Program for Sustainable Development Solutions Network. So María, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
Just to start off, you have a background in physics, right? Can you share with us your journey from physics to science and policy and sustainable development?
Sure. So I did study physics, but I started working on science policy almost after I got my master's. I was very interested in the question of how can science contribute to society. And so I worked for 4 years in different institutions around that topic, around research programs, science policies, etc. I think at one point it became clear to me that there was still yet another step that I thought was very important for me personally in this question of how much can science contribute to society. And that was specifically to get more training. So I went back to study and I did a master's on economic and political development. Really, what I was trying to get at is to have more knowledge that could help me bridge my passion for science and for physics and my personal preoccupations on things such as the level of hunger in the world or poverty eradication or things like that. So after that, I started working on the field of sustainable development. That is amazing because the way we understand sustainable development today is comprising questions such as a model of prosperity that allows for environmental health and one that thinks about social equity too. So we think of sustainable development as having these three pillars: the environmental, the economic, and the social pillars, which I think is an amazing place for scientists to be and to contribute to.
So yeah, interesting. Can you tell us more about your work at the Sustainable Development Solutions Network in terms of why it's important, which you kind of covered, but what are some of the challenges, and especially in the context of science policy?
Yeah. So the Sustainable Development Solutions Network, the SDSN, was launched 6 years ago by the Secretary General at the time, Ban Ki-moon. It was just after the Rio+20 summit, where there had been talks about what would be the next agenda for the world after the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals. The Secretary General had this idea that it was essential to combine these two movements, the international cooperation and the development movement, with the environmental one. And his idea was to set up these sustainable development goals as a really transformative, universal, and kind of innovative agenda that could rally, behind which everyone could rally, and that would really set the priorities and the biggest challenges for humanity for the next 15 years. When he set up SDSN, his idea was this is going to be the biggest challenge that humanity is going to face, and we need the minds of the scientists, and we need our universities to be involved in helping us diagnose the challenge, in helping us find the trajectories to a sustainable development future, and to help us think about solutions that can help us reach those trajectories. And so the Sustainable Development Solutions Network mobilizes the expertise in universities and the experts in universities to work with the private sector, the public sector, and to work together to achieve these sustainable development goals.
That's very important work. And this morning at the conference, you participated in a panel titled Improvisation for Science Communication. Could you share with us how improvisation has helped you in your work?
Yeah, so improvisation is a very fun, I would say, hobby. It's a theatrical discipline that builds on basically jumping on stage and not knowing what's going to happen, and relying on your partner to build a scene, and also relying on your own commitment to your partner to build that scene together. And I think those are skills that can help in any situation in life. So I think going into a job as challenging as the ones that we're talking about in this conference, where we're thinking about some of the biggest challenges that humanity faces, having that approach where we don't know whether we will get there or not, but we have the commitment and we have the mutual reliance on each other that we're going to get there, and that we have a very positive spirit to work together.
Yeah, that's awesome. So one final question, what do you see as the greatest value of the CSPC conference?
I think at a time like this one, where again we're facing very wicked problems as a planet, the fact that there is a conference that brings together scientists from different disciplines, respecting indigenous traditional knowledge. I think there is an enormous value in putting people together to brainstorm how do we get there, how do we better communicate with each other, and how can we work together in addressing these challenges that I think we all agree are huge.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. So thank you, Maria, for your time and your insight. And for our viewers at home, if we want to go online and find out more about you and your work, where can we go? It could be social media, blog, or website.
Yeah, so the SDSN has a website as well as Facebook and Twitter accounts. And you can find us at unsdsn.org.
Okay, thank you, Maria, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here at the conference.
Thank you very much.